Great. What's wrong now? Why not? They're always talking about me behind my back at the academy, and I decided I wasn't gonna take any more. I know more than they ever will about magic. They're simpering little girls who can't even levitate a fork if they wanted to. Oh, that I'm dangerous, that I act all superior, that I talk down to them. So what if I do? All they get from magic is what they read out of a book. Yeah, exactly. When they're at my level, maturity and spell-wise, then they can have cause to talk. I mean, I know what power feels like rushing through me. They've barely sipped from the stream. It's like this shiver that starts spreading through you. A warmth, like it's coming from your heart and your head all at once. And you feel that warmth get hot. So much so you think you can burn anything in your path. Yet you'll only be brushed by it. I can't even explain it, but trust me, I know. Oh, I'll be ready. I'm looking forward to it, actually. Go on and ask. Why? Like you care? If I didn't almost burn down your uncle's dumb establishment, I wouldn't even be here.
Hey!
Oh, stow it, you drunk. Well, it's not hard to guess which side of the classroom you heard that from. Those instructors. They don't know what they're talking about. And if I had to page through one more dusty tome, forget it. Finally, someone who can speak some sense. I wish you could tell the masters and the students at school that. They keep them all sheltered there like sheep. How are they ever going to learn anything from a book or potion bottle? Go on and ask.
I am listening.
Yes.
Perhaps so.
There you are. I've been meaning to chat with you. You've helped me and Dory out of some scrapes, so I wanted to thank you proper. I've got a proposition for you. I heard you're friends with the owner of the Sunken Flagon. Me and my mates could really use a roof over our heads at night.
A roof would be so good.
So the deal is, we'll help you out, and you convince your friend to let us stay in the Flagon. Deal? Fellow companions of the road, young lads and lasses that ain't got no kitsch to call their own, we'll help you out too. I'm glad we've come to an agreement then. Dory, myself, and the rest will be by the Sunken Flagon. See you back at the Flagon then.
Bye.
Let me lead the way. You follow behind.
Perhaps so.
Yes.
Stay close and step where I step.
Back again.
I'm not with the Academy. I left.
Studies too strenuous? Well then, it's good it was your choice. Others have not been so fortunate as being extended the offer.
Study's too strenuous. I didn't need to study. I already knew how to do magic.
Ah, yes, you are a sorceress. A natural.
Who is this elf? He's got a smart mouth for a merchant. Better watch it or I'll burn this shop of his down.
If you set fire to the rafters, you'll find the place will draw your energy out of you until you lie quivering on the floor. It is Vantine Scythen, if you are familiar with the historical codex bearing his name.
I didn't care much for history or the Academy books.
Ah, then perhaps you may wish to hold your threats until you do. Now, how can I help you all today? Well, I am not one to speak badly of the dead, but Dalaran most likely deserved whatever death he had coming, and deserves to be buried in the betrayer's graveyard. It was a wonder that he wasn't exiled during the war with Luskin for his questionable involvement with weapon shipments, but the matter was not brought to light. Yet somehow, Nasher ended up getting a deed to his lands, a tithe against future levies, and a full company of additional soldiers. Times were difficult, and it was a necessary oversight on Nash's part, but Dalaran never deserved to live past the war with Luskin. I doubt any murder is truly just, but did he deserve to be tried and executed? Oh, yes.
Yes.
What?
Well met again.
Let me lead the way. You follow behind.
I am listening.
Perhaps so.
Yes.
What?
I'm carrying... I am listening.
I have to lighten this load.
How can I help?
What's going on?
Yes.
What?
Well met again.
listening.
Everybody, follow me!
I am listening.
What?
Yes.
How can I help?
What's going on?
Perhaps so. We won't.
And then make my brain.
Ah, well met again. And what?
Follow me.
Perhaps so.
This is the place. The Sky Mirror is ahead, but there are challenges we must face. The path to the Sky Mirror is a difficult path for anyone not of the Circle to walk, and it is also sealed against any who might accidentally stray near its waters, both for their protection and those of the Circle. You should know that these paths are meant to only be walked with one of the Circle. Those that come here without such a guide, this place, it is still filled with those that have wandered into these sacred woods and could not escape. They live still, but only as reflections of themselves. Try to avoid them, but if we cannot, then be prepared to fight. And the Sky Mirror itself has given rise to guardians as well, creatures of the water. The Sky Mirror is a powerful scrying device, capable of speaking to others who have touched its waters. It takes magic of the land to open the tides of the Sky Mirror. We may need to rest, so I can cast the magic required. The challenge changes with every turning of the season, and so do the wards. I won't know the challenges until we come upon them. Very well. Be on your guard. We are still a ways from our destination, and the path is a long one. I am listening.
Perhaps so.
I am listening. no.
Perhaps so.
Yes. Dio no. Dio no.
What?
This is the Sky Mirror. Do not stray too close to its waters. They can be a shock to the uninitiated. Before we can make use of it, we will need to make an offering. The land around us should provide clues as to what it will take to awaken the mirror. This is the Sky Mirror. Before we can make... Yes. Dio no. Dio no.
Perhaps so.
This is the Sky Mirror. Do not stray too close to its waters. They can be a shock to the uninitiated. Before we can make use of it, we will need to make an offering. The land around... This is the Sky... This is the Sky Mirror. Do not stray too close to its waters. They give me a moment to center myself, and then I can try to contact the druids of Neverwinter Wood. All it requires is placing this offering within the Sky Mirror's waters, and then we shall wait.
Eleni? Child, is that you?
Elder Navin? Can you hear me?
Yes, child. Where are you?
I am touching the waters of the Sky Mirror, but I had thought to contact the druids of Neverwinter Wood, not one of my own circle.
I was traveling for the past season. Not as long from the mirror as you, perhaps. And only recently have I returned from the Sword Coast.
This is Elder Navin, one of my circle. He has been a part of it for almost as long as Vashni and the others, but I did not realize he had left the mayor. He cannot hear you, but I can communicate your questions to him if you wish. Elder Navin? Why were you traveling? And where are the druids of Neverwinter Wood?
My path has been a long one. What I have found, and what I have not, troubles me. Like you, I've had no success in contacting the druids of Neverwinter Wood. I suspect they are avoiding me, or have cut themselves off from others.
We encountered one in Neverwinter, and he had come in search of one of the Circle of the Mare, either you or I, but had found no one, not even Elder Vashni.
That is troubling news, and part of what drove me here. I returned because I felt something was wrong with the mare, and I have not been able to reach any of the other druids. This failing from the mare, it is like a black silence stretching through Mer Delane, and even seeing through the eyes of animals and birds has proved useless.
Elder Naven, we did find one of the Circle of the Mare. Khalil. He was maddened, and we were forced to fight him.
What? How did this happen?
Elder, I do not know. I fear it is tied to whatever is occurring in the mare. And he said that our circle, that it was lost. If so, we may be the only two left.
We shall see with our own eyes first. This news of Khalil saddens me. Was there no other way?
Elder, Khalil was driven mad. He had slaughtered the animals of Maiden's Glade, tore them apart while he was trapped in the form of a bear.
Troubling. It must not have been an easy thing to do. Such an act of mercy, Eleni.
Elder Naven, we came here to ask the lore keepers of Neverwinter Wood if they knew anything of what was happening at the mare. And we fear that whatever is occurring in the mare is tied to a set of silver fragments we carry.
Silver fragments? Like the one carried by that village boy you were watching?
Yes, but he did not carry it. It was hidden near the village, I believe. He retrieved it from the Ilfarn ruins there.
That is a strange coincidence. But perhaps not. The darkness clouding the mare. It is familiar in some respects to events that occurred at the time of the discovery of those shards. During the war against the King of Shadows long ago, a similar darkness infested the mare, though not as thick as it is now. Can he have returned? There were many battles fought in the mare, and at its borders. One even at West Harbor. Eleni, I must continue on to the mare, and try to find what became of Vashni and the others. Even if they are dead, I must see it with my own eyes, and see what I can do to find out more about this threat and the shards you speak of.
Of course, Elder Naven.
Good fortune, Eleni. I know of your vigil, but now we must focus our sight back to where it belongs, on the lands we tend.
I know, Elder Naven. Forgive me.
I will contact you when I know more. I will send a messenger. You will know it when it arrives. Until we meet again, Eleni, beware the shadows.
There is nothing more we can do here, I'm afraid. Something is wrong. The spirits are gathering. We must leave at once. We are not welcome here. I am listening.
Perhaps so.
Yes.
What?
Druidess, we have come for you. You have felt us in the land. Now, feel the touch of darkness upon you.
This is what summoned the protectors of the Sky Mirror here. This priest. But the way is hidden. How did he manage to find his way here? We must leave. If we remain, others may come. Yes.
Perhaps so.
Yes.
Perhaps so.
I am listening.
Perhaps so.
Now this here is White Thistle. Can give you the runs, you know. And I made up a song for it, quite a catchy tune. White Thistle, all in a row. In Neverwinter woods, they all grow. Oh, well met. Sorry, didn't even see you standing there. Thought you might be a Wendersnaven at first, but I can see you. So I guess that discounts that. Wendersnaven? It doesn't roll off the tongue too easily, so don't worry. Don't say it too loudly if you're not sure, though. They may take offense.
All right.
Thought I might camp out here a bit. Play a tune or three, see if I could catch their attention. No luck, though. But luck's what you make it, so I've been working hard. Oh, but I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Grobdod Gnomehands. Probably guessing where that last name comes from, don't you? Well, tends to confuse most people. Quite a collector and maker and teller of tales I am. All the Gnomehands are, except the ones they hanged in Luskan. Working on quite a tale myself, you know, and the act of composing, it is a tale in itself. Oh, yes! You see, it all starts with the tune. Say, about that bush, or that root, or that cloud, or that boot! And then, after I had welded the spring-mounted mechanical shield on my codpiece, I fired it, only to be thrown back almost 30 yards right into a wall. Stung quite a bit, I'll say that much, but what I learned was... I say, all that discussion has really built up a hunger. Lost all track of time. Oh, you were listening so intently you closed your eyes and laid down for a bit. Made some funny laughing noises at the right times, too. Almost thought you were snoring. No trouble, don't blame you. I barely notice the world around me once I conjure up a story. So if closing your eyes helps you concentrate, by all means. I knew this mage once who... Ah, now there's a tale. I was walking bow-legged for a week, and it just so happens that I fixed myself up with a bellows from a... But we can talk about it on the way. Excellent! Oh, you won't regret this. I mean, too many times. Some way I can help? Kalakcha. Let me think. Well, it's not gnomish, goblin, orcish, elvish, draconic. Well, unless the K is silent, but even then it would mean gizzard stone or its equivalent. But you know, I did notice you have a talent for languages. Don't you know this word? Well, that's odd. It may not be a word at all. Might be a title or a name. Most peculiar. Trust me, most of the names I've been called you can't translate in any language. They're not even real words as much as a succession of violent images. Of course. Ask away. Always ready with answers. Yes, indeed. Why, what don't I do? Really? Sometimes it's hard to keep track of it all. I play songs, write songs, build things, repair things, pick things, plant things, tinker with things until they're fixed. Or, well, need fixing. But that's rare. Sort of. I suppose you'd say I stick my hands in just about everything, including dark holes filled with phantom spiders. But that's another story. What? Why, I collect it. I don't know. What an odd question. I like to gather facts and notes and journals just for the sake of knowing, really. Well, yes, but that's sort of the point, sometimes. When you have all those facts and numbers and words around your skull, you can pull out whatever you need to write a song. And, well, songs can help, sort of, to get more facts and lore. And the whole process begins again. Some just come as one advances in the craft and gets more experience in the world.
I want those walls up by evening. No excuses. The orcs aren't going to stop attacking just because we need to catch our breath.
But sir, the men are having a hard time finding the materials we need.
You're telling me they can't find any stones? We're in the middle of the blasted mountains. Unless you'd like to report to Nashia that we're overrun because we couldn't find rocks, I suggest you drive some sense into your men and get that wall built.
Yes, sir. I'll see to it, sir.
I tell you, I've lost years off my life trying to get this rabble fit for service. And who are you supposed to be? Reinforcements? If one can lead such a disorganized rabble, then yes. Usually I just point them in the direction of the enemy and hope they stab the right person. I'm Column. Commander Column to you. Lord Nasha sent me here to secure the Old Owl Well. So what are you doing here? Isani? He hasn't arrived yet. Should have been here a 10 days ago. I've sent a scout to look for him. Wait, you're the one from the City Watch, aren't you? I got word yesterday you'd be making a visit. I'd hoped to have better news for you. No, my scout hasn't reported back yet. Though I expect him soon. He's one of the best. We're still not sure ourselves, really. The information I have is vague, at best. This route makes the best sense, though. It's one of the few they haven't tried yet. This assault has been planned for months. We weren't able to warn Asani ahead of time, though. We weren't expecting to be needing a new emissary, to be honest. Still, at least we'll be here to offer more protection. Not exactly a student of history, are you? The Old Owl Well is the only known water source for 3 days in any direction. Neverwinter and the orcs have been fighting over it as long as anyone can remember. The orcs held it for the last 10 years until the council decided they wanted to reopen the trade route to Yarta. To do that, we need to take back this watering hole. Well, that brings us back to the emissary, doesn't it? If the Lord's Alliance could communicate, you're right. We'd have more men, but with the emissaries being lost, even so, we've stretched the army thin as it is. I brought along every man that Lord Nasha could spare. The council's going to have to raise a new army in a hurry if things don't work out here. Marshal Cormac still has a talent for recruiting good people, I see. Duty first, eh? I'll expect you to help out with the defense of this camp. You've already brought your own gear, so just find a spot to call home and stay alert. Sound the alarm! Orcs! The orcs are attacking! Wouldn't you know it, not a moment's rest. Greycloaks to arms! For Neverwinter!
strike true.
All right, Grey Cloaks. Everyone back to your posts. Another orc raiding party. We're lucky they haven't attacked in full force. Just wish I could make contact with whoever it is that's been distracting the orcs. Yes, someone's out there attacking orc patrols.